Well, welcome back to Watch the Fescue Burn in the Summer Heat. I'm your host, Mr. Ferguson. We're back here in Central North Carolina. Thank you guys for tuning in. In all seriousness, appreciate you clicking on the video. It's true that most of the viewers of lawn care content on YouTube like to see when the YouTuber struggles. I believe that's absolutely true. We all like to see a guy I want to see that guy's lawn just burn to crisp. I want to see that guy. I want to see bugs just eat it all up. I hate the fact that he has a perfect lawn. Not everybody, but I get it. It's controversy, right? It's something to watch. It's something to say, hey, he's like me. My lawn looks like crap. His lawns look like crap. What the heck's he going to do about it? Is he just going to throw in the towel? So anyways, last time you guys were here, we're not going to go into the entire last video, but it was my depressing, it's summer, it's a drought. You can see that I have watered since then. This looked way worse. If you go back to this past Tuesday's video, trying to just keep it alive. You still see in the middle over here, we still got spots, right? But I did not water anything in the front lawn. So that's what I'm going to do today. But something in addition that I did do that I kind of mentioned in the last video is I did put down Hydretane. I'm not going to go into a full-blown, you need to buy this product. I don't care if you buy it or not. You guys see what I'm dealing with here, and you see what I'm doing. Why on earth would Hydretane does not send me free products. Nobody sends me free products. I get nothing in the mail for free. Everything I do, I buy myself with my own money. So if you see me putting this down, it's because I truly believe either one, I'm doing a test and I tell you that, or number two, I believe it's going to help. And if you missed my content earlier this spring, we did a 3-product test. We did Hydrate, which is from the Next line. We did Hydretane, which I'm holding in my hand. And we did Hydra Holder, which was actually recommended by another professional YouTuber, we'll put it that way, from NC State. When I put half my lawn with Hydretane and I put half my lawn with Hydra Holder, the difference was clear. Hydretane clearly won. The Hydrate we did on the entire lawn because there are 3 different types of products, and that's what I want to drill into you. This is not the same as Hydra Holder. This is not the same as Hydrate. Hydra Holder is not the same as this. So as we compared which one seemed to do what I needed done in the lawn at that time, which was to make it stay looking the best longer, Hydretane was my winner, because when I put Hydra Holder down, I showed you guys everywhere I put Hydra Holder, the grass shriveled up and got worse. I was like, what the heck? It's supposed to hold moisture. The purpose of Hydra Holder was to hold moisture into the ground longer when you water. Hydretane does not do that. Hydretane actually pulls humidity from the air into the plant, into the soil. It creates moisture for your plant, so you have to put it down and water it in. And it was a clear difference in the right side of my lawn and the side over here versus this. Now, we talked about how maybe the tree is a factor. It's pulling moisture, the grass, it's fighting with the grass for that water. So it's a very good possibility. But I'm putting Hydretane down. I've already put Hydretane down back here. I did not do past the water hose. Basically, I didn't do this section right here, but I took one bottle and did the entire backyard, basically all these spots, and I'll show you. Basically, I'm going to the beach. I ordered this. I do think it works. I do think it makes a difference, but that doesn't mean you can't water. I still have to add water to the lawn, and Hydretane will assist in trying to keep it looking better for longer. It does not create water where I don't have to water. So you have to understand these are 3 different types of watering tools, if you will, products. And so anyways, long story short, I'm going to be doing Hydretane here in the front yard, and I'll just talk to you guys while I do it. Again, I have done all my watering in the back, and today I want to do some watering in the front before I go on vacation. And as I told you guys, I'm going to be, I don't know if you've heard, but we do our family vacation in June. And of course, as soon as I get out here to do this, the sun is coming up. I'm going to lower you guys down. This is going to be a raw video today, guys. So I'm going to show you everything I do to apply some Hydretane. Let me clamp these in. There we go. We're a little lower until the sun is starting to come over the house behind me. So anyways, front yard, this is what it looks like. I did some hand watering yesterday right here in this area below you. and it was totally white right here. I was talking to Mr. Kevin. We were talking about some things, and I was watering as we were talking. This looks way better. I mean, 75% better than what it looks like, and yet I still see some, some spots here. But everywhere I sprayed that water, it looks normal. And you can almost, I don't know on camera because the GoPro is a wide lens camera. It is super short out there because I have not touched any of that with any water. But I'm going to go ahead and use this Hydrotain bottle for the majority of this front lawn. So how do I do that? How do I go about doing that? Well, number one, while I'm talking to you, I'm grabbing the Quick Connect from my actually, it's on the hose still, so I can do that right here for you. I go ahead and try to position my hose. I'm kind of taking a risk here because the utility company truck is literally, my wife would have a meltdown if she saw that. The utility truck's right there and you're going to put Hydrotain down? I am. I'm tempting. I don't care. I'm going to attempt that thing. So anyways, we got our Hydrotain here, right? I'm going to put my Quick Connect on the bottle. So I like to clamp this off. Let's go ahead and turn the water on. Let's pop it off. Let's untwist this guy. If I can, untwist. Easier said than done. Might just need to turn the water off. I try to prevent that, but yep, probably just gonna need to turn the water on. Okay, so now that we got the hose hooked up, on your Hydrotain, you're gonna have water, and then you're gonna have on. If you just put it on water, you're just gonna be spraying water. If you're gonna have it on, you're putting out product. So that's important to see. Speak of the devil, there's a utility guy right there. Let's set this down. Oh crap, the utility guy is literally right in front of me. Oh well, I think he's just turning valves. He looks like a jolly old guy. We need Hydrotain more. So I'm gonna turn it on, and then I'm gonna spray this. And he looked at me as soon as I did it, but it's very dry. So we're gonna apply this. Obviously, you're not gonna go too heavy with Hydrotain. Applying it to the front yard. A lot of times I think I go too fast and I'm trying to really soak it in. And really, you want to be sure you hit your hot spots first. Hit the spots that maybe you always get dry spots first, but yeah, he's walking down here to, oh, he's servicing the hydrants. That's what he's doing, which literally I work for a utility company. I do all the cellular for them. So yeah, that's what he's not concerned about that right now. So I want to finish this off. You see what I'm doing? Just applying it as I can to the area. And then what you have to do after you apply this is you need to turn it on water, and you need to go around and actually water this in. So getting this really well done here. That is the key part. You can put all the Hydrotain down you want, but you really need to water that stuff in. And so to chicken out or say, oh, I'm going to wait till he leaves, I don't really want that drying on the blades. I want that in the soil. It needs water. So that's why I've left the bottle on, just trying to water it in. So make sure you take the time after you apply Hydrotain to water it in, because otherwise you could be just wasting your money. And I've done that several times. I like to do it before a rainstorm. Clearly, we're not getting rainstorms. So as I water this in, this section I'm in looks pretty decent, but again, big dry spot in the middle of the lawn here. So we've applied it heavily. Basically, I did the entire front lawn and the little side strip by the mailbox over here. So just trying to water in the Hydrotain to get it into the soil, and you know, maybe later on we'll be able to actually put a good amount of water on it, and it maybe will retain it. Hydrotain specifically is engineered formula to create moisture, to make it last longer, but it is not a replacement for moisture, so you still have to apply it. So that's the key thing when Hydrotain. I get so many comments, I don't believe Hydrotain works, I don't believe this works, I don't believe that works. I'm like, well, you're clumping all these different products into the same group, and while they all help with heat, they do different things. Hydrate from Next doesn't do anything even close to what Hydrotain does. Hydrate makes it so that your soil will receive the water. Hydrophobic soil is soil where you water it, and you can water, but the moisture doesn't deep seep down into the dirt, into the soil, because it's hydrophobic, it's compacted, it's tight, if you will, and it helps loosen your soil to allow the water in. That is totally different from Hydrotain, which creates, using humidity, creates moisture at the base of the root of the plant to help extend watering life. You know, in addition to the water that it gets, it's also on its own as a chemical applying water to the lawn. Now, is it perfect? I would say no. But when we did our test, as I mentioned, I saw results. So I bought 2 of these. I think they were $24. It covers, if you do it 100% correct, I want to say this covers around 45 to 5,500 square feet. So for the small lawns, 1 bottle may be able to do your entire lawn. And really, I'm just focused right now on watering in the dry spots, the dry spots in the lawn while he's over there doing his job. And then we're going to hit the bank. But this is what I like to do. You can come back, save your money. Many of you do. I don't blame you at all. You may be like, screw that, man. I can't even, it's too hot. But with a 100-degree heat wave coming now, in addition to no rain, it's also been very windy. This is my last ditch effort before vacation, which I almost do every year, to try to help the lawn so when I get back, it's not completely gone. Again, this is what determines, this has a lot to do with fall. Why does it have a lot to do with fall? Because if we don't do these type things right here and take some time for the lawn in the morning time to try and save the good grass that is right now planted in our lawn, and we're just like, screw it. Then come fall time, you're buying more seed. You know how expensive seed is, and you're planting all over again for just a couple months. So that is the thing. Hello. School's out as well, so you got people riding around all over the place. It is windy, guys. I don't know if you can see that on camera. I don't even know where my camera's pointed, but not really feel like I'm doing a good job watering this in. But again, I can't do what I want to do. I'm being watched. So and listened to. Everybody can hear me talking to myself like a crazy man. So let me get the bank right here a little bit to water this in. But I mean, it's the best I can do, right? And really, more than Hydrotain, what this front lawn needs is water. It needs it more than Hydrotain. Hydrotain may help us a little bit to make that watering last a little longer, but that's it. I mean, it's not like groundbreaking, but if you got the extra bucks, you want to give it a try, you're like, man, I really don't want to. I really planned on pre-emergent in the fall, and I don't want to have to overseed because I'm losing my grass in the summer. These are the things you have to do if that's what you're planning. If you got a POA annua issue, and you're like, hey, my lawn looks great, it's thick, it's fine until now, but I want a pre-emergent in the fall so I don't have the POA thing. Well, then you need to be saving your lawn, watering it, trying to keep it alive so that when fall rolls around with your cool season turf, you don't need to overseed. It's still thick. You kept that grass, you fought for it during the summer, and you can use pre-emergent and just do a, maybe a little touch-up overseed in the spring, early spring next year. So these are the things you got to think about. It's not just right here, right now. I'm just doing this because I like Hydroteen. It hurts me to look at my lawn like this, but I'm also not going to spend an arm and a leg to keep it alive. God bless you guys. I know this was a different type of video. I hope you got something out of it on my thoughts. Many of you are returning subscribers, and I appreciate you guys. You've heard everything I've said multiple times. We do always have new drop-in people all the time, so hope that helps maybe one or two of them. Wetting agents are not a requirement. They are a tool. Watering is your friend. And if we can just keep it alive, it may save you in the fall time based on what the plans are that you may have. So God bless you guys. We'll catch you later.